We are going to talk about obviously Addison Road and that, but we're also going to talk about homelessness, poverty. You and I were hanging out for probably an hour or so before we even started rolling. So I wanted to ask you so many questions.
You're saving it.
But I've been saving it.
Oh,
so let's just back up a little bit. I mean, Addison Road, you've had a good year, a good tour going on here now, and even Hope Now, a huge hit.
Gosh, yeah, it's been a great year. We were really lucky off of our first album just to have several radio singles that played for quite a while and gave us a good time of being able to tour with. We were out with Sanctus Real last year in the fall and the spring, so that was kind of fun. We finished the fall and they were like, "What are y'all doing in the spring?" And we were like, "Can we please go back out with you?" So we made a whole year of it, and now we're out with 10th Avenue North and Matt Maher, and just been very blessed to tour with really godly guys and their families, and have enough radio play that we had 2 full years to write this album that just came out this past summer, and so that's always nice to be able to have the time to really pour into the songs and the art and ask the Lord to clarify the message of the album. So that's us.
So I know that there are some personal stories that you have about connecting with someone who's homeless or poor or the broken. And we talked just a little bit about it. Those are the ones I wanted to ask more questions about when we were talking earlier, but the camera wasn't rolling.
Okay.
Let's talk a little bit about that, because you've got some personal encounters.
Yes.
Tell me just a handful of those that you yourself have reached out into the world of somebody who's homeless.
Yeah. Well, I'll start by saying that, for I think most of my life, I thought my idea of missions and my idea of touching the broken the way that Scripture describes was to give money, or to do a real, something like go into a soup kitchen for half of a day twice a year. And I'm not saying that those are bad. Those are definitely parts of what God has called us to do. But I think I read a book, Irresistible Revolution by Shane Claiborne, and that was sort of a turning point for me where he kind of laid it out there and said anybody can give money, anybody can go serve for half of a day, but God calls us into relationship with people, and that's a lot harder to do. And it was a really convicting thing for me, and I really just started praying, Lord, if that's really what you've called us to do, is be in relationship with broken, not just give them money, give them clothes every once in a while, then show me broken people, because I live in the suburbs of a very upper middle class city with lots of money, and I don't run into broken people, And very first thing that happened is I was on Craigslist looking for baby stuff, and I put out an ad saying, here's some things that I need and here's some things that I have to sell. And a lady wrote, that she just wrote through Craigslist and said, is there any way you would take this much for this? I have 3 kids and we can't pay the bills, and I'm not trying to get something that, from you, but literally there's 3 cans of food in my house right now and I'm just desperate. And when she wrote that and I read it, I thought, oh my gosh, it was like the Lord opened my eyes and said, okay, Jenny, this is your opportunity. And so I wrote her back and I said, what's your name? What's your kids' names? Where do you live? What do you need? I'm not going to sell you anything. I'll give you whatever I can get. And could we meet for coffee? And when I wrote that and I let my husband read it, he said, you're going to meet who for coffee? And I was like, I don't know who she is. And he said, you could get killed. And I was like, I could. Or I could just show up at a coffee shop, and it could be a lady that's really down on her luck, has 3 kids that can't pay the bills, And that started it for me. Her name is Christina, and met her, and, she'd made a lot of mistakes, and she was in a bad situation, and she had a lot of room to grow, and she just had a lot of needs. And so I started trying to kind of help her. Like, can we get you food? I brought the kids to get their shots before school started because she didn't have a car, things like that. It was kind of like I became part of the family, and it became too much. She needed a lot, and she had a lot of needs, and she was always calling. And I thought, well, this kind of stinks. Like, I want to be a part of your life, but not this much a part of your life. And it was just a struggle of God saying, okay, well, really, how much will you give? Where are your boundaries? Okay, so you'll give her this much love, but not that much. You'll meet her in public, but you You know, you don't want to give her your cell phone number. I mean, things like that where I really struggled at that. What does it look like to be in a relationship with somebody that is broken, that hurts, that needs something, and not just hand them stuff and leave and bail out of their life? And so that was kind of my first, and that was probably 4 years ago. And ever since then, I am like an open magnet to broken people.
There's a little flame inside us all. Some shine bright, some shine small. The rains will come and the waters rise, but don't you ever lose your light. In this life you will know love and pain, joy and sorrow. So when it hurts, when times get hard, don't forget whose child you are. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine. There will be days when you wanna give up, when the clouds settle in, but after the rain comes the sun. Don't you ever forget. Don't forget, child, don't forget. One day there will be no more pain, and we will finally see Jesus' face. So until then, I'm gonna try to brave the dark and let my little light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, gonna let it shine. Oh, shine, gonna let it shine. There's a little light inside us all.
Well, this webcast is hopefully spurring people to do more than think about it, to connect in through the different links that are here on the website to get involved where you live, to give money, but get into those relationships, get into those situations where you are uncomfortable, where you have to rely on God. I mean, we are hoping to just be this gentle. Can you be a gentle thorn in the side?
Yes, you
just
can.
in some way to be able to say, get involved, get into a relationship. And so the links are all here to get to your local mission, to find out where it is, phone numbers, websites, all that, chance to give as well. That opportunity is here on the website. And we're hoping that as we get into Thanksgiving, which is next week, we just hope and pray that you have been just a little bit changed in your heart, and then take that and take it into some action as we go into Thanksgiving. So Jenny from Addison Road, thank you so much.
Thank you.
What a delight to get to know you a little
Gosh,
better.
Thank you. It's so good to be here. I feel like we're at the end of American Idol, where I need to have people call my number.
Text.
20. I'll never be on American Idol, so this is my moment.
That's true.
Right, but
And we have just about as many viewers
oh, good.
as American Idol.
Yes. Yeah, I hope so.
We're really close.
Like 20 million.
Exactly.
20 million.
Well, if you put it on your blog
I will.
and the link, then I'm sure we'll have at least as many as American Idol.
I hope so. I hope so. That's the goal. We hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving, and thank you for doing this. And I pray that you are that gentle thorn. Everybody needs one, right? Yeah. Thank you.